What's going on, guys? Brendan from Boiler Room Trading. We're going to go over a trade recap here. I want to cover some of the small account challenge and the regular daily notes that we go through every morning at Boiler Room Trading. So here is the daily notes section. We have September 10th. This was what we were looking at. This was the main watch. Feel free to pause, check it out. This is posted an hour before market open every single day. Every single trade day, rather. So let's go over some of those listings here. ATVI to Activision. We're stalking this one over under 55 right from the list. Still in good consolidation, holding the 55 today, and up is key to 60. Right from the daily notes play on the way to 60 here. We had the 55 hold today. Nice little breakout. We're on the way. First target is 56.90s here in resistance. We almost have a wick fill here almost already today, but making really good progress on the consolidation from yesterday. And today we had a nice little breakout and hold of 55. Still targeting 60 on the long swing. Netflix. The 292.60s weekly level, looking for over under there. So this level right here, 292.60s, I was looking for over under. This morning we had a pretty easy over. Had confirmation of strength here coming up. We snapped over that level, came down, held it a few times, had a nice ramp up. Unfortunately, we had fallen later on today. Had a little failed W there, got back into the VWAP, and we had a death cross, intraday death crosses here in the elite system here, where the 50 crosses that VWAP. That's nasty. That goes down, baby. Target was the 4-hour overlay trend right down to the penny here. I still had call spreads on this one. I could have closed them out for a minor loss here, but still looking like 300 and to get back in time before the dump. So we're going to hold them and roll them if we have to. Roll to win on the small account. So Netflix, this is a very prominent level. You see, once it was over the weekly, she ripped, and once she was under the weekly, she dropped, right? So right from the daily notes, we just use very singular levels, stalk these all day, and let them work for you, right? Apple had an event today. Nice little PR release. I was looking for a 212 major support, small event today, looking like a dip to static day if we lose 213, and then, above. So, excuse me there. 212 is the major support. Blue line here we had maxed out. A couple members called it up long. We looked for the hold at 212, then the recovery of 313 and the static, which is this chop right here. So we lost the 213, hit the major support 12, static at 213, and then off she went for the long. So pretty easy play there down to the T. This stuff's getting awesome. Tesla, love this one. A few nice pushes into the 233 gap resistance level yesterday. Looking for a 231 hold and to higher lows off the 100 EMA, which Tesla loves the intraday 100 EMA, right? So as we're coming up into here, we have the 100 EMAs in the teal here. We have the recovery and lookup 231. So we watched it kind of fail this morning, kind of got picked right back up, and then we snapped over it. Confirmation of strength right here, the 100 EMA and the 231 perfectly right down to the T, then snapped right up and over. Called it again here at the split in the VWAP of the hold and just ran. Target was 234.75 today, right up here at this next resistance. So we called the long play above 231, ran it to 235, 4 or 5 point day in Tesla. Again, hour before open, this stuff's real fun. Amazon, 1834 is no longer support, but new resistance. We cannot hold the 200 EMA on the 4-hour, right, on Amazon. So let's look at this. The 200 EMA could not hold. We had a micro M, right? So we're failing my algo trend here from yesterday's trade action. Good amount of time to downside. It is now 1834 is now the new resistance. It opened up way down here, gapped way under resistance. I was looking for a retrace, but this thing just from yesterday's lows just crapped all the way out. Target was 1805 on the short today. So it says 1850 resistance hit yesterday. It was a big number. 1812 target. That was the initial. And then we put this blue down in here for 1805. I didn't think we even could get this far down there today, but it was a very nice short play. I didn't get a fill in my spreads in this one. A little sad, but it happens. Beyond, I was watching the 147 level interaction on the way down to the 100 EMA on the daily, right? So I wanted to see 147 interaction. Again, opened up right at the 147, super weak. Had a really nice drop. A lot of guys shorting into this one. Covered up the remaining shorts that we had on Beyond here, and then had a recover and chop day. But we're still under the 147. We're not really out of hot water yet for Beyond. We failed that algo trend, 2 different ones, right? Upward lighthouse, really coming down yet. We're going to come to 138.20s most likely before we even start getting a bounce where that big buy up is. We're still looking put heavy here. We're just getting some nice cross separation from the EMAs to the downside. Still targeting the 100 EMA on the daily. And right here at about 140 and then beyond. So I think we're going to snap under that real easy right into that 138 before we get a bounce. So I think there's almost 10 points left on the table there for the downside. Let's go to Roku real quick. This is a fun one. At least I got a chunk of this one today on the old small account, little $100 scalper. So Roku, I was watching for a small gap fill in the 9 EMA tag on the daily, looking for a pop to short in direction. Now that was right from the daily notes. So right here, we were opening up into this gap, right? So I wanted to pop into the gap fill. This is exactly what I'm talking here on the daily chart. We opened up right here. We had the 9 EMA. I needed to pop to gap fill. Here's the gap fill line right here. I was looking for 158.71. Okay, here's that gap right in between these two daily candles. I wanted to see it open up, tag the bottom of the 9. This was our 154.11, and we did that. I might have been the high line here. Yeah, we did that pre-market right here. So we tagged that right here, that bottom. I looked for a little gap fill up. So 158.73, just a little peak, and we knew it was short all day. Not only that, we're coming off a really big engulfing. So we caught some 153 or 154 puts. I forget which one it was, but opened up really weak, had the retrace to the 100 EMA, grabbed her, rode her all the way back down for a nice little $100 scalp. And then, of course, she dumped out way later in the day. Could have put some more meat on the table there, but when you're building these small accounts, you don't go broke locking in profits. But either way, as long as she was under 154.14 daily gap level, we were losing it all the way back down. Again, Roku was finally coming back down. Facebook, I was still watching the gap level 188 over under. So 188 double trend interaction line right here. So we have that 188 coming into play. We have a straight horizontal and a trend. So we're just looking for a short breakdown there. Actually shorted a little scalp here for $100 on equity side on Facebook. The last push into that failure here, and then our target was 185.40s here in the weekly tag, but she snapped that, went right down to our long-standing target of 184.50. Fantastic little trade there. TTD. This one was the Incrypt. I wanted more downside to today, but it just went static today and just went sideways. I wanted to pop into the 9 EMA in the 4 hour and then drop. Tomorrow we might get it. We're still stalking TTD. I wanted that big push up and then get short and roll, but we're just barely holding on to that 209, right? So we didn't quite get that overextension play yet. We're coming into a lot of support, a lot of high range support in the 200 EMA, so I just didn't want to give that up quite yet. I think we're going to get another little pop. Watch that 9 EMA on the 4 hour, right? I think that's going to have to catch up and really give us a tag. Hopefully tomorrow just goes sideways again like this and gives us another little pop into the 9 EMA until she comes down to 200. So nice little point section there. Shopify. This is going to bring us into the small account recap as well. So Shopify, I had took in a sell on the 345 here. A little early of an entry. Let's take a peek at it on the Tastyworks here. For some reason, my Roku trades on here says $50 on the day. You can see on my activity tab here, the Roku scalp I'd purchased a 90 at 163 and sold for 260. That was a little $100, just under $100 winner scalp, but I think it's so far in the day my positions have depleted, the ones that are closed. So this is the only open position that we have right here. We got $50 open on our credit spread, right? This is a short credit spread. The 345 is our sell strike. So we need the Shopify price action to stay under 345 to collect that premium. The fill here was $1.25. Okay, so we collect 125 bones if this positional 345 equity stays under 345 with this call spread. So you can see 345 up here. We got in a little early, right up here, right before these big pops. The ER was the call here, 350.80. Right from the daily notes, it says tagged ER level 350.33, which is a typo. That's this level right here, 350.70s, not 30s. Held the 200 EMA in the forward, looking for directional pop to short play, 368 major resistance. We didn't get that in the pre-market, never held, never popped. Was looking for a nicer drag up because we start looking at these things, real early in the morning, get some dashes here. I'm like, I might just, pop out 368, great. Nope, slammed all the way right down to ER, which is fantastic. Hit my big level at 347.60s, popped right up, and again, the 100 EMA trail, it's a big factor now. We're using this one quite a bit in the elites here, killing it. Either way, we took this spread. As long as we're under 345 by Friday here on a short-term spread, we're going to be collecting another $125 on the small accounts. We locked in a nice little $100 scalp on Roku. We got a $50 winner here on Shopify so far. This could be another 125er, so we're going to turn this small account here into $300 start, and we're looking at about $500-$600 now, looking at about 100%. Same with the Robinhood, except for one Netflix mishap, but we're going to be rolling and going so far. So that is the recap. That's all I got for you guys today. So you guys bright and early in the morning. Mentoring is up for all of my elite students, and then if you do want to trade with us, the description holds all of the teachable links to get you guys going. And come check us out at Boiler Room Trading. I'm teaching everybody how to trade these small accounts right now. We're just getting into credit spreads, options, iron condors, and singles, and for scalps. And this is going to be a really big deal to actually train people how to trade small accounts on the USD soil. We don't want your money going over to fake trade CFD stuff like TradeNet or Sure Trade or any of those other garbage overseas stuff, man. You want to stay right put here in America, and you can do that with these options trades. They're very, very simple, low capital needed. Now, stay tuned, and we're going to teach you how to use that. So you guys have a good rest of your night. We'll see you guys bright and early in the morning.